what month it is. Who you calling the bitch? You know what month it is. Don't play with us right now. Hey. Maybe that's too rough. That's too rough to come out on.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Too rough. That's too much.
I never can really guess what the vibe's gonna be.
That was too much. All right. Yeah. Funny.
WKLOVE 108.
1989, the number. Another summer. We took it with us. Swinging while I'm singing, giving what you're getting, knowing what I'm knowing, while I'm sweating. Hey. Gotta give us what we need. Our freedom of speech is freedom of step. We got the power.
Never tell with this boy, man.
Hey, man. What's up, everybody? Welcome to IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. Like it is, like I said, happy Black History Month to everybody. Black history is U.S. history. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Can't deny it. It is. Yeah. But we definitely celebrating Black History Month here at IDK Sports Podcast. Also, talking about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl preview, the big Super Bowl game. Seahawks versus New England this Sunday, 6:30 on NBC. Got some NBA trades going on, and we got a little bit more. Got some boxing fallout. Got a little bit of stuff going on. So we got a good episode for you set up today. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, because this is the premier spot talking sports to average guys. Got so caught up, I didn't even introduce myself. My name's Anthony. That's Kenny. That's Kenny. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's up, bro? How you feeling, bro? You know, I already told you kind of how I'm feeling. You already know
I'm feeling blacker than ever. That's how I'm feeling. feeling like I'm ready to run a 100-meter dash, huh? Ready to leap a tall building, huh? Feeling.
Well, we're gonna hop right into
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all.
We about to hit the Black History Month.
And I'm black, y'all.
We gonna
black, y'all, and I'm black,
we
y'all.
gonna put
And
up.
I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
All right, let me stop. But we are getting right into going straight into Black History Month. We're gonna start off with our new segment for the whole month of February of Black athletes in history, where we'll highlight one or two Black athletes that done great things that's changed the sports world throughout history. And this month, man, this one, don't play with it, man. You know who this is, man. Wilma Rudolph, man. Not the little one, the big, one of the best women to ever touch track. Man, don't get me started. Hey, tell him, Kenny. Tell him.
Hey, man, it's only about one or two, and she ain't two. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to put it, man.
Tell him about Big Willie, bro. Big Willie stuff.
Wilma Rudolph is our highlight for our Black History athlete of this week. Go to her career achievements. I'll say y'all can see it on the screen, but four-time Olympic medalist, 3-time gold medalist at the 1960 Rome Olympics for the 100-meter, 200, and the 4x100 relay, and was also a one-time Olympic bronze medalist at the 1956 Melbourne Olympics in the 4x100 relay. She was the first American woman to win 3 gold medals in a single Olympics. And at the time, at that Olympics, the 100, she ran 11 seconds, which tied the world record. The 200 was 23.2 seconds, which at that time was a new world record. And the 4x100 relay was ran in 44.4 seconds, which at the time was a new world record as well. Was 1960 and 1961 Female Athlete of the Year, and was inducted into the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame in 1983 and the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1994. Hey, man, if you don't know, like not knowing, if you were a sports head, especially if you're a track and field head, hey, she one of the ones. Like Kenny said, it's not a deep list. If anybody's ahead of her, ain't many, if any. You know what I'm saying? Just dominant during her time. Like I said, first woman to ever win three gold medals in one Olympics. One Olympics, man. One Olympics back then in 1960. So that's one of our highlighted athletes for the week for Black History Month. Can you got anything you want to add?
One of those ones, man. I'm about to say I can only think when I say there's either one or two. The only other name that kind of comes close as far as being groundbreaking and being inspirational to the culture is just Flojo. But as far as just being a jet setter and a trendsetter and really just kind of paving the way for Flojo, which came later down the line, is that girl, Wilma Rudolph. And and it kind of sounds ironic as far as paving the way and paving the track for other girls, but really just going out there and kicking ass and taking names, bro. You see the stats, you see the feats, and none of that is by chance, bro. So humble beginnings. We ain't gonna get into all that, but it's not about where you start, it's about where you end, and she ended up in the hall. So congrats to her. Uh, and I'm sure there's many, if not plenty, of our track stars today that this name was at the top of their list as far as being a role model, being one they probably give plenty thanks to, and again just trying to keep carrying that baton. Here we go again with irony as far as carrying that baton even further. So on this Black History Month, we give you a happy, happy, happy blackity black celebration for Miss Wilma Rudolph. Much thanks,
Yeah.
sister. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Remember Rudolph really one of the ones really paved the way for like all your favorite track stars nowadays, man or woman.
That's a fact.
Point blank, period. Also, we'll get into some more. We're really going on our Black women love right now because the Winter Olympics open ceremony start tomorrow, and we got some representation that I want to shout out for that's coming up for the Winter Olympics. First one, Miss Keisha Love is a bobsledder skeleton team. That's the one where like I think they lay flat and they ride down.
Yeah.
The thing. This is her thing. She's Olympic appearances. She was in the 2022 World Winter Olympics, competed in bobsled. She represented the Team USA at the World Championships. She was a sprinter before this. So there's a lot of ex-track and field athletes actually switching over to like the bobsled teams and stuff like that. And then everything like that, speed skating and everything like that. So she will be representing the US team in the Winter Olympics. Let me get my other one. That's actually going to be a flag bearer. Miss Erin Jackson, speed skater. I know you've seen the commercials on TV. If you haven't seen the commercials, she's probably U.S. best chance to win a couple of gold medals in speed skating. She was a Winter Olympic gold medalist in 2022, and she's a World Cup champion as well in speed skating. She also will be the first women, her and the next woman I'm about to pull up, will be the first women flag bearers for the opening ceremony for the U.S. team.
That's right.
Hey, man, making waves. And the next one that I am personally invested in because you don't see this often, Miss Layla Edwards is the first Black woman to be on the U.S. hockey team. Like being the first in 2026 says a lot. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot. I mean, that says a lot. 2026, that says a lot. She's paved the way. She's a Team USA forward, so she's a goal scorer. She was a world champion in the under 18 U.S. hockey team, and she'll be representing. Also, will be a flag bearer for the opening ceremonies. So, hey man, Black History Month, Black women doing it big.
Come on,
at the Winter Olympics. I don't want to miss nobody. So, Kenny, tell me, you got anything you want to add while I look up the last couple of people?
Not much to add here, brother. I think again, as always, Black women leading the front. Much appreciative of their efforts. Not just athletically, but as far as again, Anthony hit the nail right on the head, man. He's still saying first this, first that in 2026. That sounds a little crazy and almost benign, but if anybody's going to kick down the walls, why not do it? In some hockey pads, and some speed skates. What I'm saying, and and have one of our sisters to do it, man. So again, hats off to you, ladies. Much love. Because
Yeah,
you know, all they got, they done let the GDs in the door now, brother. they,
facts,
they
facts.
just let us, they done let us in the winter sports now, bruh.
So
You you only know what's gonna happen from here on
yeah,
out.
we exactly, bro. So that's just wanted to highlight that's the Winter Olympics do. Well, it's already started, but the opening ceremony is tomorrow. So best of luck to all these ladies. Hope they get the gold medals and bring them home and show them that hey, we do everything. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no box. Don't put people in the box. And that's for like that stuff like this in Olympics sports. Is that's why I highlighted Wilma Rudolph and stuff like that. Shows that you can't put people in the box. And, hey, you out there watching, like gonna be some other young girl out there that want to be part of the hockey team or
Mhm.
speed skating team and stuff like that. Don't put yourself in the box. You know, be anything you want to be. That's a real thing. As long as you put your mind to it, as long as you had a hard work and dedication to do it, and these women are showing it. So shout out to them. All right. Oh,
Always.
let's get into it, man. Let's get right into it. Gotta find it. You know what's happening this week, man. You know what's happening.
What's happening here?
Sunday, Super Bowl 60. Seattle versus New England, 6:30 Eastern Time, NBC. The game of the year. You got the Seattle Seahawks representing the NFC, New England representing the AFC. So let's before we get into it, I had a little bit of keys to the game, Kenny. Then we can talk about some
All
game
right.
plan stuff and stuff like that. Okay.
All right, cool. That's
Um,
it.
Seattle Seahawks. I think their keys to victory is they got to run the ball effectively, not with a lot of yards, but run the ball effectively, like they did in the Rams game. Run the ball effectively, limit turnovers. Can't turn the ball over. Turn the ball over, you're gonna keep them in the game, get them short fields. Can't do that, and put pressure on Drake May. I think they do these three things, they win. In my opinion, how do you feel about the Seahawks' keys to victory?
Oh, so I was about saying, man, one thing that that does carry over, as we've been saying it over and over and over again ad nauseum, run the ball, play defense. And those are two aspects of the game that Seattle has been dominant in, especially in this playoff run. They're one of the top scoring defenses. Start there, not offense, but on defense. But
Mm-hmm.
it also helps that they're a balanced offense that just happen to be exceedingly well at scoring the ball too. And that comes from having a mixed attack, right? So, you know, with Kenneth Walker kind of been, you know, I know that loss for what's your boy name? What's the other running back name? Forgot.
Charbonnet.
Charbonnet. So thank you. You know, that loss for Charbonnet hurt, but Kenneth Walker kind of been like, nah, I'm gonna be lead back and I'm gonna do just that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
making crucial runs, moving the sticks, getting those tough yards when he can, or having a breakout 20 yard, you know, 20 yard or 30 yarder when he had to, you know what I'm saying, kind of just changing the game on a dime. So this is when we need those X factor plays. And, you know, these keys to victory has kind of been they motto all throughout this playoff stretch. So it's kind of just more of the same, honestly. So
Yeah,
they got it and they can do it. They showed it already.
definitely have. Definitely have. Hold on, got a lot let me get rid of some of this other slides. Okay, here we go. Patriots. This is what their keys to victory for me is. Stop the run. Got to stop the run. You can't work the way they've been passing the ball with Jackson Smith and Jigba, and we'll talk a little bit more when we go a little bit more in depth of game planning. But I think the Patriots got to stop the run first. Got to stop the run. Can't let Kenneth Walker go for 100 yards too. Create turnovers. Give your young quarterback short fields. Give them a short field. You know, don't make them have to drive length of the field every time. If you can give them short fields, then maybe you can steal some points early and keep this game. Get like quick points instead of having the long sustained drives. And I think for them to win this game, Drake May gonna have to play the MVP candidate that he's been all year in people's eyes. That's the only way they win. They can't have the same performances he's been having this playoffs. I think he has to like go. It's going. I think he's gonna have to really throw for like 2-3 touchdowns. Me
Mm.
personally, maybe even 4. Because I don't think they're gonna be able to run the ball. Because they're going up against one of the best run defenses in the league. He's gonna have to step up and really have that 250 game
No
and play
question.
like the way he's gonna have to play. He's gonna have to play where he's gonna be the no doubt Super Bowl MVP.
Yep. I say, and just to pick up where that's actually one of my strong keys too, bro. Because it don't even have to be done just with his arm, too. They can definitely take advantage of his mobility. You know, I would say it had to be almost a Jalen Hurts-esque game. Not just saying that because I'm an Eagles fan. Just slow down there. I'm just saying that the way Jalen was able to play against in those games against the Chiefs is going to have to be some of the same template that Drake May's going to have to use. You know, a lot of those big plays only came because, you know, we was able to convert some third downs by using Jalen legs. Same thing with Drake May. That those improv runs or those impromptu scrambles, you know, converting a third down here and there, or, you know, when the pass is not there, or when the, you know, nobody's getting open, tuck it and run. You know, it's going to take those almost heroic plays, and there's going to have to be many of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going up against any slouches, because you know you putting Sam Darnold back on the field.
Yeah.
Uh, you're going to have to score in this game, and to do that, you're going to have to keep that Seahawk defense off balance to where they're going to have to make some changes on the back end. They can't just play man and turn their back to you. And if they choose to do that, you're going to have to make them pay for it. If they want to play man and turn their back to you, make them pay for it. You know, so if you got to scramble, run, probably do some design quarterback runs, whatever it is to make them make them pause a beat. You know what I'm saying, before they get back into their drops or get back into their zones, whatever the case may be, you got to make them think, because you got to provide an extra threat to them before they just turn their back and try to, you know, make a play on the ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the extra threat on the field, and I think that's going to be one of the things that the Patriots will have to use to their advantage in order to be successful on Sunday. Um, Other than that, it's just back on defense. Milton Williams, you already know the game plan, big dog. We got to put Donald in hell. Got to put Donald in hell, man. And that may just have to come with, you know, getting it done on the front four, win the line of scrimmage. Um, we want, I think, with the threat that Jackson Smith and Jigba is, you're already gonna have to have, you know, two sets of eyes on them. So if you're so worried about, you know, the passing attack, hey, cut all that mess out to begin with. Get after Darnold. You know what I'm saying? Speed his process up. Get you, if you can't get home, put your hands up. Something. You got to be some extracurricular to impede their progress or the way they're gonna get up and down the field, bro. Because they can go and they can sustain long drives. You got to impede that some way.
Yeah.
So those are my two things.
I just think the key one for them is to create turnovers. They got it. I think to have a better shot, I think they need to give Drake May short fields. They're starting on their own 15, 20, 25. This is a tough defense they're going up against.
Nasty.
And like if they create turnovers, have short fields, and then okay, you're getting field goals, or you might, you know what I'm saying, can have a better performance, like without sustaining a 10, 11, 8, 9 play drive. You know what I'm saying? Turnovers is always going to be the key to any playoff game. Me personally, I think with this Super Bowl, just going off like what I think is going to happen, what each team is going to try to do. As far as going off with the Patriots are going to try to run the ball. They're going to run the ball. They're going to try to use a two-head attack, run the ball, play action pass, you know, try everything they can to get Stephon started early, but definitely use like you're gonna see some Hunter Henry in this game. See things like that. The When it comes to the Seahawks, me personally, I think long as Seattle just Sam doesn't turn the ball over, I don't see a way they lose in this game. I think they're the better team. Personally. I think they got too many weapons. The defense is too good. As long as Sam don't turn this ball over, I think they're good, in my opinion. So, just giving an early prediction for my prediction for the game, I got this game not being close. I think it's gonna be 24-10. You breaking up really bad, bro. Hey, try to go in and come back out. Go out and come back in. I can't even hear you. But yeah, as long as Sam Darnold can not turn the ball over in this game, I think that defense is good enough to carry them. I think that they're able to create. I think they're going to create a turnover in this game. That they're going to put Drake May under duress. I think they're going to put. I think they're going to stuff the run. That's why I don't think this game is going to be that close. It might be some interesting moments, but I still got like a 2-touchdown favorite for the Seahawks in this game. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I think the only way that New England can stay in this game is if they only way New England can stay in this game is if Seattle gives them the ball back. If Seattle turn the ball over in this open season, if anybody can lose the game. But as long as Sam Darnold take care of the ball, they have a decent running effort out of Kenneth Walker. I just think it's too many weapons with the way they do their offense. I don't know if the New England defense can hold on. Let me play this. I don't know if the New England offense can keep up with the scoring output that Seattle maybe can put up. I don't think they're going to be able to score as many points on the Seattle defense than Seattle can score on the New England defense. And also at the same time, New England doesn't have to. Seattle doesn't have to score as many points as they did against the Rams because New England's offense ain't as high powered as the Rams' offense is. So I got it like a game that's really, like I said, 24-10, maybe 28-14. Like you have some interesting moments, maybe like a touchdown lead, maybe a 10-point lead at halftime, and then like Seattle just controls the game the whole time. Let's see if my boy trying to come back on the stage here. I hear your background.
All right, you hear me? We back?
I hear you. Yeah, we back now.
All right.
All right. Yeah, I told them that basically I got Seattle in like not like a route, but like a 24-10, 28-10, like a clear victory. Not close, long as Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over. I just don't think, like last week, they had to score a lot of points against the Rams.
Yeah.
They don't have to score as many points against New England. I don't think New England can score that many points against the Seattle defense. And long as Sam Darnold protects the ball, they don't fumble it, they don't turn the ball over. I think they handle this game pretty easily.
Oh, handily, no question. As much as I think the only betting chance that Patriots have is for those heroic plays that we were mentioning earlier from Drake May, but that can get snuffed out real early in the game. You know what I'm saying? All it really takes is, if they choose to deploy a spy, whether it's Eamon Warrior, I know he's coming off an ankle injury, trying to get right for the game. If they, deploy someone else, they kind of keep an eye on, or just get home naturally, like they have been doing during the playoff run. All that can get snuffed out early in the game, and once that fire gets put out, it can be a clean route, and that's kind of what I had for the Seahawks, brother. It's just like once all the fun and games get going, maybe I expect the Patriots try some trick plays, something to throw the Seattle defense off, off his rocker. But once those things, kind of play itself out, and once that shock and awe is kind of done, and those emotions start to settle into the game, oh man, we back to business. And that's why I kind of have this game being somewhere in the how bad I want to do them. I kind of want to say it's going to be in the 30s. And I want to settle around 28 too, just to give him some credit, but I can easily see this game being 31, 31-10, 31. Let's be fair, 31-17. Let's say 31-17 Seattle.
It's like 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I got them by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like I got them by 2 touchdowns. Let's go into the MVP. If it's not the quarterback, so this is what I will preface this with. If the quarterback doesn't win, this is who we think will win MVP. Right? And this, I'm gonna go with somebody. I think this is what I truly think. They're gonna be so focused on JSN, they're gonna go on them bunch sets that Cooper Kupp is gonna have a game where he has like 8 or 9 receptions, over 100 yards, and maybe 2 tugs coming out that bunch set in the flat or on the drag route where they're gonna leave him wide open. I can see Cooper Kupp having a huge game in this game because everybody's gonna be. They do the same thing, right? Everybody's gonna be focused on JSN. So now you might have a thing where 2 guys go with JSN, and here come Cooper out that bunch set on the drag route, wide open, 10 yards, 10 yards. Next thing you look up, he got like almost 10 receptions, 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns. That's my wild take for having a sneaky game to be Super Bowl MVP. Other one I got, there's more. It's still an out there take. Rashid. I think he runs a punt back or kickoff back. And he does something in the passing game.
Good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I was gonna play it safe and just give it to Kenneth Walker. Honestly, I'm thinking some of the same. Has some of the same logic. One, I don't want to just play it like Christian Gonzalez as some run of the mill corner. Like, let's be clear, he's top 5. He's a top 5 corner, and I believe that's gonna be the matchup that's gonna like kind of set the tone for how well that offense is gonna move within the first half. If Gonzalez being top 5, I mean, hell, JSN just won the Offensive Player of the Year, award. So you got elite on elite.
Yeah.
Those 2 things kind of cancel each other out. There's gonna be routes where JSN might win. There's gonna be some that he gonna get, he might get canceled out for. They might not even look his way. So I don't expect no Super Bowl MVP coming from that side of the field, wherever JSN is at. Which kind of comes back to what you doing what you do best and what you've been proven to do best, and that is run the ball. So if I'm just playing it safe, I'm gonna go Kenneth Walker. But I tell you that Rashid Shaheed pick is a damn good pick. I can easily see where the game kind of will probably get stale at some point. I'll give you my take on that later about my overall feel about this game. But there's gonna be a point where this game get a little bit stale. If you're having a Super Bowl party, you probably move around, around and about. But when you're not looking at the TV, and that fool will take it back to the crib. Punt return.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
It's gonna be something that's gonna break the game open, break the gates. Now all of a sudden it's just a scoring onslaught, and now it's gonna just get out of hand, and there's nothing that the Patriots can do about it, and it's gonna be on the back of Rashid Shaheed. So I like that pick, but I'm gonna just stick with my guns, safe pick. I can see about 89 yards, 89 to 90 rushing yards for Kenneth Walker, a tud. Receiving about 45, probably have a cumulative, total yards that game about 145, 150, 2 touchdowns. That's enough for MVP. That's enough.
We'll see. Let me get into this. This is my IDK Ants bet slip. I got these from FanDuel. Shout out to FanDuel. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't got no sponsor yet. Hey, holler at me. Or anybody that does it. I'll make a flyer for anyone. Any of y'all. Y'all can still holler. I got these from FanDuel. This is a bet slip that one of the ones I'll be playing. Probably won't hit, but hey, it is IDK Ants Super Bowl parlay. I got Kenneth Walker with a touchdown. I got Sam Darnold with more than 1.5 touchdowns. Jackson Smith and Jigga to go over 80 yards. I took Seattle in the 4.5 points. on the and I did Stephon Diggs to get over 60 yards receiving. That's a part. The Stephon Diggs one scares me.
I was about to say that probably to be the one that's probably most. I don't know if I can trust that one that much. I don't know.
The
But hey,
Stephon Diggs parlay scares me. I ain't even gonna hold you. The Stephon Diggs parlay scares me. But I'm pretty good on all the other ones. I didn't want to seem biased, so I did put it. That's why I put the person in there. You know what I'm saying? Make your little money. He can get 60 yards. He might get 60. 60 ain't that
I mean,
much.
it could happen. Catch Tariq Woolen napping one play. You know what I'm saying? Going to the slot, get busy there.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? 60 yards ain't that much of a stretch. Not for the talents of Stephon Diggs, but you know what I'm saying? I just don't know if Drake May would have that much time to give him that many chances to get 60. That's the real one for me.
Yeah.
But and even with your boy Jackson Smith and Jigba going over 80, man. Like I said, I like the matchup between him and Christian Gonzalez this Sunday.
I just don't
You
think
know?
they're gonna move Jackson Smith and Jigma around where it's not gonna be able for Christian Gonzalez to
Yeah,
follow him.
yeah, I get that. But again, desperate times call for desperate measures, man. This ain't the time to be proud and say, hey, I'm locking up one side of the field. No, we
Well, they
need
put
best
him
on.
in them bunch sets again. He ain't gonna be even if they motion in the bunch sets. He ain't gonna be able to stay with him because then that changes the whole play.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. If you just don't have the matchup that play, if you go into a bunch and it just the matchups work out where he's not your guy, then hey, you lose that play. All right, we get back to
Exactly.
the next one.
And I think that's what
But
the Seahawks gonna do.
but
And
but also if it's just like we need our best player on their best guy,
oh yeah,
then
of course.
we alter it to fit that. Even if
Yeah.
they go into a bunch, it's like, all right, well, I'm kicking down, you kick out. We just reverse, we'll communicate that to where, hey,
And that's why I said Cooper Kupp could have a big game. That's a lot of communication at the line. That's a lot of communication on the motion hut. That's a lot. That's a lot of communication. Now two people going with one person.
but we
Now
also
somebody wide open.
we had 2 weeks to get these signals down and to get this communication down too.
Yeah, but
So
it's different when the lights on and that man on the other side.
yeah,
Scout
now
team
isn't
and
the time. Yeah, now isn't the time to forget everything we done talked about in in the
Kitty, you know how
in the
hard it is for
secondary
the
meeting.
bunch. You know how hard it is for the bunch sets, dog.
Oh
You know
man,
how
that
hard it is,
thing's
especially when they motion into it. You can communicate all you want to and have it practiced down. Yes, but if they do it enough and y'all trying to really do what you saying, like, hey, I'm sticking with JSN. This is what we're gonna do. You could have practiced it all week, but when it start happening, going live, it really come down to that safety because the up corner is usually gonna have this person. Him and the safety gonna have to communicate with each other. Or God forbid they got a bad matchup and the linebacker be there. That's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a game of chess. Definitely a game
yeah.
of chess.
But again, and I don't want to get too technical, but if it's like, let's say we're in man, right, and they reduce down to a bunch, they motion into a bunch, and especially I don't know how we used to count it. It's like, all right, if we go down to a bunch, hey, I still got one. You know, I got just because we coming down to a bunch don't mean I ain't got one. You stick with two. I don't care where one is at in the bunch set.
Now you
I
setting
still
up natural pick plays.
Yeah, I
Now you
still got
getting
one.
a natural
All right,
picks.
yeah, but again, following tendency, we can still match alignment. We can still match alignment, but hey, one is still one. I don't care if we start on the outside and he does a drag to the completely opposite side of the field. That is something that also is going to take a team effort. You know what I mean? Like, you mentioned the safety. I'm also mentioning the linebackers too. Hey, if he if he's crossing your face before I get there, you better you better hit this fool.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I think Cooper Cut. I'm not saying envy people's stress. He has a chance of being because the way he runs routes and the way all of them run routes. If JSN motions into the set and he the inside guy, and Cooper Cut was like on the outside, and maybe they got a tight end or she in the middle.
Yeah,
Cooper comes on the drag route. Here go JSN going over top on like an outpost, whatever.
Right. Natural pick.
And JSN. If you do it enough, that safety gonna go. And if Christian Gonzalez go too, who would Cooper in the middle come across on the drag? It's like pick your poison at this point. Like either you're gonna keep your best corner on me, and we're gonna trust our guys to communicate that effectively, or we're gonna do what the natural thing is, let everybody be pros and everybody play. Like if they motion into the bunch set, hey, do our principles. It's kind of late. I mean, they're pros, they're not college players, but it is kind of late to change whole tendencies. And when Seattle showed this now, like when I was talking to my dad about it, coordinators haven't had a chance to really make a game plan for this. They hadn't seen this. They really haven't been doing it that much this year.
Mm-hmm.
They pulled this out just for the playoffs,
right?
Which is a great thing for the offensive coordinator. I mean, hey, kudos to him. But now you're asking the defense has been running this principle for 20 games, damn near, to say, hey, let's scrap that. This is what we're doing. That's easier said than done.
But also to that point though, and it's like, all right, yeah, we had what two games now. They had the division round, the championship game. Yeah, we had 2 games where they probably was in that bunch, maybe 15, 20 times altogether.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Even in that case though, and you only rep that formation so many times as far as what you put on tape already.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point, you only practice so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you're doing it with one of the best receivers in the league too.
Yeah, okay. But if I'm the Patriots defense, like, all right, yeah, you only practice so much of this. So what I'm seeing on tape or what you already put on tape is probably what you're comfortable with. Now I'm sure there's some improv, probably some route combinations that I'm sure you can pull out the hat. Yeah, you could do that. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you're gonna have to come back home to your tendency. You gotta have to do what feels natural.
That's why you gotta stop the run. Right. That's why it's so important for New England to stop the run. Because if you don't stop the run, you gotta deal with all of it. It's impossible now. Now the linebackers are cheating up, the safety is cheating up because we can't stop the run. Now here go this bunch set. Now we gotta deal with this bullshit too. Gotta stop. That's why one of the keys of the game were for Seattle. Gotta stop the run.
Yeah, I mean, and you're absolutely right. Because if it doesn't,
I mean, for New England, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I got I get you clarifying, but it's like, yeah, of course it starts with the run. If you don't get that done, then yeah, now shit, all we got to do is play action this and run a wheel route behind it.
Play action in that bunch set. Crazy because not a linebacker will step up
behind that
and I'm running right behind.
Yeah, then hey, Bonanza, we going to Disney World. Ain't that
so stopping the run is going to be the key. They got to stop the run. New England has to stop. They got to stuff the run. Kenneth Walker can be feasible and effective runs. When I say effective runs, like on a drive, he getting you like 3 yards, 4 yards, where they're not starting 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. They starting 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Now you got to make them play behind the sticks.
It's advantageous, yeah. It's advantageous to play football like that. And again, that's the desired plan, right? Like you said, everybody has a plan. But again, it's about. I'm just going back to Patriots defense for a second. It's just playing team defense. Covering that bunch set doesn't just stop or start and stop with the corners or with the secondary. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I'm not too far ahead of asking my DN to chip this guy when he come out that bunch. Hey, chip him. Give him a bump. Give him a you know what I'm saying? But again, it's all we're taking care of the threat that's in front of our face right now. If they get wise and throw a toss run play out to that side, all right, cool. Rally to the ball, I'll take that L. But from what I've been seeing is that some of these formations they get into has been hard to handle.
Yeah.
There's some smart guys on that Rams defense. You know what I'm saying? There were some smart guys in their matchup before that one. It's like, bro, they put a lot of pride in just in their discipline.
Yeah.
You know, that scoring play to Njigba in that Rams game, that wasn't by happenstance. That wasn't by that came from discipline, knowing your depth, knowing where you got to be at, and if you can just knock them off of that timing, knock them out of their discipline, knock them out of their character. Again, was it a push, a shove? I mentioned, if this fool comes across on his drag route, chuck this dude. Something you got to throw them out of their rhythm. Something, and the only way you can kind of match that cute stuff is with physicality. Physicality kind of snuffs out a lot of that performative route crossing in front of your face. You don't know which way to go. Hey, like you like you always say, if you don't know what to do, hit something. Hit somebody.
It never fails. That never fails.
You know what I'm saying? So
all I do hit somebody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, just play football, and be physical, and that kind of cures a lot of the ills, you know what I mean? And because it's gonna take a collective effort. Because if they all 11 guys, and if that's not the case, and this game can get ugly really quick, and that's my true feeling, that this game might get ugly really quick.
Yeah. Me too. So I mean, we both consensus that we think that this is a 2-touchdown game for the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will win this game. 2 touchdown, at least 2 touchdowns right here. IDK Sports. That's what we're saying. Let's get into the next thing. This coaching cycle is happening yet again. No African American coach was hired as a head coach this year. 10 openings. No African American head coach was hired. Make sure you ask the question: is it time to end the Rooney Rule? Is it time? Is it ineffective? I put some of these brothers up here. Anthony Lynn. Some people say 3 of these people had head coaching jobs. Yes, but let's just break it down because I'm not going to let people do that. Anthony Lynn took over the Chargers when they was moving from San Diego to LA, and that team was not good. They had just got Justin Herbert, like his second year. They was going through a lot of changes as far as moving the team and everything. They was playing at StubHub Stadium and stuff like that. It was a real transition period. Man should get another shot. Vance Joseph got the Broncos. The Broncos weren't good. Actually got rid of him for I think Vic got the job. Only had the job for a year, and then Vic got the job. But what he's done with the Broncos defense, don't know why he didn't get a position this year for some of them teams. Brian Flores. Yes, I know he's suing the NFL, but great defense with the Vikings, great defense everywhere he goes, and everything he said about Miami and Tua came true. The man didn't lie. But I don't want to go in and then my fault. Byron Leftwich, the man's a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator. I think he's at Colorado right now, assistant coach. The way that he just went from hot topic to no topic is crazy to me. He's not even the OC in the league, which is wild.
Yeah.
Which is wild. Don't want to talk about more about about the hiring practices, but the Rooney Rule is it's time to let it go. Because they're just checking off a box. Owners are not, and I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? People might not like it, but I don't care. It's my podcast. Jokers are getting second chances to be head coaches and third chances to be head coaches. They have proven track records that they're not as good, or we're going with somebody that, i.e., from Sean McVay's offensive tree, that never called plays. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Heard the Bills really wanted Phillip Rivers. He said no. You know what I'm saying? But you got these brothers who are coaches in the league or have been very successful, won a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator, but they can't get no job. So now we're just checking off a box saying, hey, yeah, we'll interview this person. It's time to let the Rooney Rule go. The owners basically said what they're going to do. I'm not saying stop fighting for the right representation in the league of black coaches, black head coaches, but the owners done made up their mind what they're going to do. When Kevin Stefanski was sorry at the Browns and then get a job in the same coaching cycle. Yeah. Didn't work. Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl with Green Bay, didn't work at Dallas, got another job. You know what I'm saying? Like the Robert Saleh hire, but damn, one coaching cycle, that Jets tenure was bad.
He'll say, how soon we forget, right?
You know what I'm saying? That Jet tenure was bad. Why Van Joseph can get that job? You know what I'm saying? Hiring the OC for the Cardinals from the Rams, that man never called plays. That's Sean McVay's offense.
Yeah.
So at this point, what else do you want? Now we get to a point where there's not even a ton of African American offensive coordinators in the league anymore.
And you want to keep going? Because that's actually where I'll love to pick up at. Yeah. All right. So, and I want to make sure I cite my sources on this because he actually said it on TV, so I don't want to get copyrighted later. But I want to say that Darius Butler, again, hit the nail right on the head, bro. It's as much as we want to pick holes at the Rooney Rule, which is kind of becoming laughable because I mean the rule's been in place since 2003, and this is probably like the 5th time that in the head coaching cycle, as soon as the regular season's over and there's jobs available, this is the 5th time that no black coaches were hired. So again, and we're only going into 2026 with 3 black head coaches. So it's like, okay, how efficient is this system? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of becoming, the usual rigmarole. But I'm kind of going off on a tangent. If I want to get back to what Darius Butler said on TV, man, he hit it around the head, and that it's not necessarily just the Rooney Rule that's the problem. It's the pipeline to head coaching jobs that's the problem. You mentioned the guy that's heading off to Arizona, I believe you said. Just because he came from underneath that McVay coaching tree. The guy that's an OC over here in Philly came from underneath that LaFleur tree, which is, again, another Shanahan descendant. So it's like none of our guys are kind of infiltrating that pipeline or coming from it's Game of Thrones season.
But do they have to infiltrate that pipeline if I got jokers that don't like Brian Leftwich won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Calling plays. These other jokers don't even call plays. They don't call plays.
But to the point I was getting at, it's like you're only as great as the house you descend from. Now, how much tenure does any other coach that came from Bruce Arians have?
I mean, you got Todd Bowles.
Yeah. Now, again, in that turnover, if Byron Leftwich stays over with Todd Bowles, then again we might have something to say.
They made him fire him. They blamed him when that last year Tom Brady wasn't good.
Again, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Aaron Glenn, D'Amico Ryans, they have to be those great houses that staff to create that next pipeline of head coaches. Because now it's starting, these jobs are starting to be made available to the young bright mind in the room, or who's believed to be the young bright mind in the room. Even though we can tell you that Raheem Morris has coached great defense with the Broncos. We can tell you that Brian Flores has pitched shutouts against some of your greatest offenses during the regular season. We can tell you that, hey, Vance Jones has been doing a bang-up job. We can tell you, a list of black coaches that's been the head of, units within football. But nobody's got that tag of being the next great mind or the next football genius. But each time,
a joker that won 40% of his games is a great offensive. All right, bro. About to go to another discussion, bro.
It comes with that. It comes with that. The steal from the kids, that aura, that some of that lore of, oh yeah, if he coaching this system, then he gonna, what we say about
Jokers
Ben
was
Johnson.
about to want to rehire Brian Daboll, bro. Like you're trying to like spit on me and tell me it's raining. We saw how it went in New York with the Giants. We saw how it went with the Browns. And Joe was talking about, man, they're great coaches, great minds. Are they? Then they still have a job. You still have a job.
Yeah, but you had a job because at one point you were assigned to success. Todd Monken, he's not far off of this conversation either. Yeah,
Todd Monken coached a 2-time All-Pro and a 2-time MVP.
Yeah, that gets you a job.
That gets you I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
But
Brian Daboll. Hey,
I'm gonna keep saying it. Kevin Stefanski, how did you get another job? Besides that, your boy Matt Ryan is the president now, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring my boy in because we pals." You ain't do nothing that the Browns deserve another job. Nothing. Besides, get rid of quarterbacks that won you games. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, man, you can't be relying on
It's nepotism.
you can't be relying on them to kind of create that opportunity for you. You know, it has to be because for who's to say someone out there in NFL circles ain't saying, well, look what Aaron Glenn did with the Jets and look what Ben Johnson did with the Bears. Who do you think you should have chose? When we know those are two different
Bro, all
circumstances.
these brothers, if they do get a job, be one of the worst jobs you can ever find.
But
Like
that's the
if
same.
Kubiak wasn't gonna take that Raiders job, which we don't know for sure yet.
But this is the same thing I was saying about Gerard Mayo with the Patriots. Now look,
Yeah.
this is
They
what
ain't
I was
spend
saying from the.
they didn't want to spend no money. Now all of a sudden they spent all this money.
This is what I was saying when we potted about this 2 years ago. It was like you gave them no shot in hell, and the cupboards were bare.
Yeah.
Now we got all this money in free. We got all this money to use in the off season. We can bring in Milton Williams. We can bring in what's pass rusher that came over from Harold Landry. We can bring in Carlton Davis. We can, bring these guys in to kind of bulk up this defense. We
What a
got
great coaching job. What a great coaching job. It's
and
it
it's like,
is,
oh
you can
man,
win with good players.
Mike Vrabel turned this team around. Man, listen, you're only as good as the resources you got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's gonna look good. Yeah, because hell, at some point somebody had to believe in Caleb Williams, the number 1 overall pick. Well,
And they paid a ton of money for that offensive line too.
It's like now we got resources available.
Mm-hmm.
But again, do you want to take that chance with that guy?
But then we talk about Aaron Glenn. The Jets job was horrible.
Yeah.
Then not only was it horrible, they get rid of everybody during the season and say, "Dang, why ain't he winning more games?" Oh, I'm just gonna trade Sauce and Quentin Williams away, my two best defensive players, and be like, "Why my defense ain't got no picks? Why my defense can't get to the quarterback? Why can't we stop the run?"
And again, you were almost, and that's what I'm I'm not saying kind. I am very satisfied with the fact that, all right, that Aaron Glenn was like, okay, if you're going to do this, I'm not having any talks about firing in the offseason. If you're going to cut my legs out of me, from under me, and we're doing a tank job, quietly but implied, with how we're doing these moves, and we're shooting for a number 1 or top 2 overall pick, then yeah, no question, I want to be here for that turnaround as well. So I'm happy for the brothers that survived this cycle. That goes for D'Amico. That goes for Bowles. It's like, yeah, we didn't hit our mark, but again, we're gonna stick around because again, it gives another opportunity. All right, we gotta be the ones to make that pipeline. It can't be up to to the McVays, the LaFleurs, the Mike McCarthy's. It can't be up to the
Yeah, I
Shanahan's. It
mean, but
can't be up.
it's to me, it's just always what the owners want, and people hire people that they're comfortable with.
It's the brand
And
you trust.
and if you want to read between the lines, I'm not getting on this on YouTube, make that type of podcast. But people hire who they're comfortable with.
Yeah, it's the brand. You can go with the brand you trust.
And people that they can think they can hang out with, talk with. And that's what we're gonna leave it at that, man. Hey. But as far as the Rooney Rule goes, man, it's more of a slap in the face now than anything else, bro. It's more of a slap in the face now than actually an effective way to actually look at a candidate. They already know who they're gonna pick, and then they go bring in somebody to satisfy the Rooney Rule.
I'm gonna leave it alone, Ed. Go ahead. I'm gonna leave it alone.
So you already know what it is. Let's get into these trades real quick because we talk NBA very little on this podcast. Hold on, let me pull them up because I don't want to mess them up. Notable people that did not get traded. Giannis did not get traded. nor did John Morant get traded, nor did anybody off the Lakers get traded. But they both their roster. And Detroit traded Jaden Ivey and got some picks, but Detroit didn't really make their roster that much better. But the trade deadline was today at I think what 2 o'clock,
3 p.m.
something like that.
3 p.m.
At
Eastern.
3 p.m. Hold on, let me pull up some because it was some big ones. We know Anthony Davis is in the in DC now. You know,
Barcode. Let's go.
Yeah, Anthony Davis in the 3-team deal now with Washington, which I kind of do like this Washington thing because now they got Trae Young, they got Anthony Davis, they got Sarr, they got some young. They still kept Trey Johnson, they kept some of their young talent. Now you added some all stars, and Anthony Davis is hurt, Trae Young is hurt. No need to bring him back this year. Get you a top pick, add you another young star. Now this could be a pick for next year, and they're banging on. They're betting on. Trey is usually healthy. It's going to be a 25 and 10 guy. If Anthony Davis could play 70% of the year. Now with the Wizards, it's like, yo, we've been so bad, so we're just trying to make the playoffs, trying to be the 4 or 5 seed. That's it. 6 seed. Just make the playoffs and give this fan base of DC something to be happy about.
Please do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I think the Trae Young thing, they're gonna sell tickets because people want to see Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I mean, they're stars. So I think Washington like, okay, we've been rebuilding on we got a young nucleus. Let's add some veterans with them. On the offseason, they'll probably add more veterans, get a high pick because I don't think Trae or Anthony Davis is gonna play no more this year. And let's go on next year. Let's at least make it to the playoffs. Have a series and let's make it to the playoffs. So I'm not too mad at this trade. I think it's weird that Dallas is kind of like I think they're signaling that Cooper Flag is the guy that we're going to build around. I don't think Kyrie makes it out this offseason. I think they trade Kyrie in the offseason. I think they're going to just build completely around Cooper Flag and saying we don't want no distractions besides Cooper Flag being the guy in Dallas. Because that's the only reason why you trade Anthony Davis. I know you trade Anthony Davis after a year, but you did all that and you just gave up on this project already. I think the new owners, new GM say, hey, Cooper Flag's our guy. We'll be sorry for a little while. We'll keep building young nucleuses around him, getting guys that's going to like compliment him. So I think Clay's going to be gone. Kyrie's going to be gone in the offseason. PJ Washington might stay around. You might keep Daniel Gafford, some people like that. But that team is about to totally change. Dallas, you're a Dallas Mavericks fan, you're probably not about to be good for at least next couple of seasons while they rebuild this team. I think you want to add before I move on to some other
I was thinking, like, are you thinking that it more so take the route of like the Spurs, where it's like, all right, we got our guy. You know, same way Spurs got their guy. Now it's just about building around him. Are you thinking that's more of the train of thought?
Yeah, that's my train of thought with the Mavs. Like, let's get everybody to build around Cooper Flag. So what does that mean? Getting him shooters that can space the floor, getting him a big that he can play with. You know what I'm saying? Because he kind of handles the ball a lot. And let's do everything to make him accentuate everything he does well. But not with having to share the ball with Kyrie or Anthony Davis.
Ball dominant. Got you.
Yeah. The other big trade was the Cleveland Cavaliers, James Harden for Darius Garland. I like it for the Cavaliers. I like Darius Garland, but James Harden is a pass first guy. Donovan Mitchell, now he doesn't have to really handle the ball, get anybody else involved. He can just go score, get his 30 points. James can get Mobley involved. James can get Jared Allen involved. James can get himself involved. James can get the other guys involved. And all Donovan got to do is worry about the score. And James plays good enough defense, and Donovan plays defense. You still got the defensive player of the year, Evan Mobley, down there with the Jared Allen. So you got mistake erasers on that defensive side for that team. I think this is a move for Cleveland saying we're trying to win the championship this year. Jason Tatum is out, so Boston ain't got their person. Halliburton is out.
Yep.
really we got to beat Detroit. New York looking funny right now. So the East is Giannis is out with Milwaukee. It's kind of looking funny.
PG's
So
hurt for this, or not hurt, suspended for the Sixers. So
yeah, so like this might be our year. We can maybe make it to the finals. So I like it. James Harden's averaging, I think, 28 and 10 right now. It's not an all-star neither. That's weird. But I like the James Harden trade a lot. I mean, for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for like what I see after seeing what the Clippers did, the Clippers are trying to get younger. So I think Darius Garland is going to have a chance to once he's healthy, you know what I'm saying, really handle the ball, don't got to worry about sharing with nobody else, really dominate the ball, get other jokers involved, play point and stuff like that. So I don't think it's all bad for Darius Garland and the Clippers. I don't know if he's going to win like he did at Cleveland, but he at least can show off his skill and make himself some money. You know what I'm saying?
You ever think there was in doubt that, or it was ever up for question that something was gonna happen with Kawhi during this trade cycle?
I think they think after this All-Star break, Kawhi about to get suspended for that linden tree thing, or whatever that thing is called. I think they think Kawhi about because they got rid of Zubac, they got rid of a lot of jokers. Like you got rid of Zubac, you got rid of James. I think they think Kawhi's about to get suspended, and let's blow this up and see what's gonna happen. I think they about to be off the Kawhi train actually, but that's just
okay.
Me. The Lakers get a shooter in Luke Kennard. That's good. I think the biggest thing was the Celtics getting Nikola Vucevic. That's a really good center for them. That's a really good center that can add to that team next year.
27, yeah.
When Jason Tatum is back, he's a consistent at least. He used to be a 20 and 10 guy, but he's damn sure at least a 15 and 10 guy. A night, can get buckets. Kobe White.
Let's see. Go ahead.
I said Kobe White comes back to North Carolina, playing with the Hornets. Don't know how that's going to work with him and LaMelo. Teach his own. Jazz is tanking to get AJ from BYU. So, go ahead.
I'll say how one that I was kind of like maybe scratch my head a little bit. How do you feel about Porzingis going to Golden State?
I don't know. If
I mean, it was in a trade that included Jonathan Kuminga, Buddy Hield. Do you think it was like they traded on Kuminga too early? Like,
Steve Kerr was never gonna play him, so it was like let's get the best deal we can get for him and Buddy. I like it for Atlanta with the young boys they got, and then you add Jonathan Kuminga, add a veteran shooter like Buddy Hield. I kind of like it for Atlanta. Atlanta, like the little bit of basketball I've been watching, them Atlanta young boys can really play. That's why they got rid of Trey.
Yeah, you don't want to spoil the well.
Then you add a young athlete like Kuminga, because the boy got bounced. He's an athlete. The East ain't that hard, man. The East ain't that hard this year. So a lot of teams are like, can we just make the playoffs? Like something like the Wizards, Hawks, let's just make the playoffs. A lot of these moves are for next year in mind, but some of the people that didn't get moved, like John Morant didn't get moved, Giannis didn't get moved, Norman Powell. People thought Miami might trade him while his stock is high. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting second half of the season.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to the Celtics, I can't even say his name, Nikola. I'm just saying Nikola.
Yeah.
That was a good move, man. Again, you add another threat to your front court while you're still making a playoff push. I mean, they're like number 3 in the East.
Would you bring Tatum back? I personally, for Tatum personal health, I don't want him to play this year. Achilles injury the whole year. But say he gets healthy towards the end of the year and you think you can make a playoff push and win the championship. If you're him, the team might want him to play. If you're him, do you play this year? I say no. What do you say?
No.
I don't play at all this year, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna start just how I finished. If I said we wasn't playing, I was going, really give myself a chance to heal. Then just let that be that, man. Anything else, let the team have it. I don't want to take away from the chemistry they built all season. And,
They didn't expect to be number 3 though.
you know what I'm saying? Like let them ravish in the bond and the chemistry that they built. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's I don't want to step on that with me just trying to shake the rust off. Nah, bro, let them have it this season. They're like I said, they're number 3. They're making a push, and if anything, ownership shouldn't really have no much to say about it. I mean, hell, you lowered your salary this year with that trade too. So let's just take the dubs where we can, man, and finish out the season strong. See see how far you go, and if it ain't, no matter how far you push it in the East. Hey, bro, you had a good season at the end of the day, bro. Now we're going to come back even more on top of our game next season when I'm back. So let's just let that be that. Let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, I wouldn't play. I wouldn't touch that court. The Pacers are trying to move some money too. So when Halliburton does come back, maybe they get a high pick and they can also maybe convince a star to come too. So that's another thing to look at. You know what I'm saying? All right, that was our basketball segment, man. Hey, man, we did it. We did it.
You want it? Here you go. Basketball.
We did it. All right, so now we go on to the sweet science, man. I got 2 clips I want to play. Let's start with Shakur talking about what he saw after the fight in the doctor's tent.
In the locker room, the doctors, they went to check me and shit. And I seen T.O. in there. We actually took a picture together and everything. But he was in there dolo. Dolo. I'm like
none of his team, nobody?
Where everybody at?
Right.
Why is he in here dolo? Me and him having a full-on conversation. He pulled me to the side, just one-on-one. Me and him had a good little convo, but nobody else is in here with him.
That's crazy. I'm not a T.O. fan, but being dolo after a beatdown like that, after you had all them people in your corner and stuff like that, before I get your take on that, here goes Dad. Here we go. Hey, prepare yourself. Here we go.
I don't know what happened. It just looked like all his powers were not there. Like everything was like that we planned, everything that he did in sparring, everything that we planned to do was not there. His power was not there. I was in shock, man. And I think this a lot of this has to do with everybody not wanting him to win. People talking about me being drunk, all that stuff, when he went to the press conference and I wasn't there, I didn't show up because I was resting. And I think he's defended his 140 and that didn't work, and that happens. It happens to anybody, you know what I'm saying? All the greats have lost and they have come back and they have done great. So, we're here and we're gonna stay.
Kenny, our boxing aficionado, how you feel about that? How you feel about the whole aftermath of this fight?
All right, man. And I'm gonna do quick fire, bro. Real quick. Who the hell are you to start throwing strays? Start sending shots and throwing strays to folks getting drunk and not doing their corner duties or not being prepared for the fight. Hey, bro, this fight been on the calendar been circled on everybody's calendar. Everybody in your camp should have had this fight circled. Hey, this is target date. We got to be ready. This entire training camp is circled around this date. Those things get weeded out early. Anybody that's not on that ship should have been kicked out. Week 1, week 2 of your camp. We're not even having a discussion post-fight. 2, you want to talk about his powers, it wasn't there, and whose responsibility is that for your fighter to be at his tip-top shape, max performance, peak performance? Whose responsibility is it to make sure all powers are present and accounted for come fight night? Whose responsibility is that, Ant? Don't worry about it. I'll answer for you. It's the trainer's. Okay. It's the trainer's responsibility. It's yours. You want to point the finger? You got 4 pointing back at you, but it's everything you trying to count out or call out. It all it does is circle back to you. Everything circles back to you. You failed. You was out there being Sideshow Bob over there teasing with Bud Crawford pre-fight. You was out there arguing in the conferences leading up to the fight. You was doing that, dancing, showing off the belt, playing around. You was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk about the seriousness of others if you're not ready to call yourself to court. And to even more of an uglier display, going back to the first clip, at the end of the day, boxing be damned, the sport be damned. That's my flesh and blood in there. That's your son. The world can leave him. Hey, you know what I mean? By the time, before the fight even ended, all of Twitter, or should I say X, all of X written T.O. off. They written him off. Hey, he trash, he washed.
Hey, I know you on your TED talk about it, but like that was an ass whooping though.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying they
because I was saying people.
Wrong.
I was saying people on Sunday. Like, that was an ass whooping.
I'm not saying that they wrong. It wasn't ass whooping, but my point is, at the end of the day, dog, if nobody's gonna have your back, I'm gonna have your back.
Yeah, I had your back in the corner when I told you to hit him.
I'm saying that from father to son.
All right, bro.
From father to son.
I was ass whooping though, Kenny. I mean, I ain't never got my ass beat.
You ain't gonna hold your son down in a fight.
Should have been talking shit. All right, my bad. Go ahead. My bad. I'm being stupid. You got it, bro. My bad. My bad, bro. All
I'm trying to say is, bro, man, hey, man, this world going, as far as a life lesson, anybody listening, this world gonna turn their back on you 100 times more than they gonna, stand with you.
Yeah.
One thing I'm not gonna do is leave my own family, my friends, my loved ones out there in the cold by themselves. So when I believe 110% of what Shakur is saying, that he was really in there dolo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, anybody that presents the way that T.O. does, you ain't really got to discuss too much with me. I know there's no stability behind from the product that we get to see come fight night or leading up to the fight. There's no stability there. You are your own hype man. You are your own promotion. You are your own fighter. You live and die on your own shield. And it just so happens, you got a handedly ass whooping this past week.
Yeah.
And what's even sadder than that is that you got to carry that weight by yourself too. So the only body that's going to reclaim your legacy, reclaim your status, you're going to have to do that too, unless you, again, like I said, the last pod, leave them jokers alone. You need to get away from that camp.
Yeah, your dad can't be a trainer.
They ain't serving you, man. They're not serving you. At one point they did, but not no more.
Because you're only 28. You got a
he's
lot
not
of career
dead in
left.
the water. That's the thing. He's not dead in the water, man.
It's hard to come back from that type of ass woman. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm about to say that. I can think of another fighter that has yet to come back.
My man. Hey, yo, not too much, yo. Watch your mouth, yo. And over there, I ain't taking no Earl disrespect nowhere on this pod.
Talking about him, I was talking about Ugas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But he do holler. So
not too much. Not too much on my man. So
you know what I'm saying? Hey, I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? My man Tank guy had a rough fight. That boy said, "I'm fighting women from here on out. I ain't got no time for I ain't got no time with dudes." But hey, man, in all seriousness, bro, you made some good money this fight. Take the year, bro. Take the year. Go source some new talent. Go source a new camp.
Yeah,
that's the best advice I can get you, bro. Because I still believe you have space in this boxing game. You still have space.
Yeah. Let's need a new camp, man. And that showed heavy in that fight. Let's get into this last thing before we end this out. I made a little list. Can you tell me if you agree? Got the IDK Sports Podcast. We're about to start this, man. Hey, everybody else starting one. About to make a belt too. The pound for pound list.
Great. Now you're talking my talk. Let's go.
IDK Sports Podcast, pound for pound. I just did the top 5. I got Inya at number 1, 32-0, Japanese monster, getting people in and out of here. I got Usyk at number 2. I got my boy Bam Rodriguez down there. What, bantamweight? Yeah, bantamweight, something like that.
Yeah.
So he little. So I got him at number 3 because he really getting cats up out of here. They really want that Bam and Inya fight to happen, but I forgot what weight Bam fight at. That's a lot. That's 2 weight classes. I got Shakur at number 4. Dominant performances. Now he's got to not duck no smoke. And just he at that point in his career where he wanted to fight the one of the ones. You know what I'm saying? I like the Lamont Roach fight that he teasing. I even like a Conor Ben fight if he gonna stay at 140. I like some of the fights that's been teased, but I got Shakur number 4 definitely with that performance. And at number 5, some people have Bivol and Better Beaver here, but I got David Benavidez. People say he ain't fought nobody, but that's not a fight of his own. They running from him. You know what I'm saying? And he moving. Everybody he done been up against lately, he done whoop their ass. Just keep it a buck with you.
That's a fact.
Now he's moving up to cruiserweight, supposed to be the fight for the unified cruiserweight title. Hey, man, at some point, Benavidez on that run, like, okay, if y'all gonna run, I'm gonna go collect belts and I'm gonna whoop some ass while I'm doing it. And that's why I got him in my top 5 for our pound for pound list. We probably start doing this maybe once a month. You know, IDK Sports. Kenny probably take over after this one. But we're gonna do this once a month where it might switch, it might change, we might go to 10. But how you feel about our first edition of our IDK Sports Podcast pound for pound?
I hate it. No, I'm just joking. It's a good iteration. I like Nayo being up there. I do like that. You know, he's one of those purists, right? Because one thing about now, we've seen him knock down, but we also see him come back in that same fight and get the knockout and finish it. You know, all before round 10. You know what I mean? That's just like a true warrior, he's a true champ. True champ. So I like him number 1. Usyk, again, unbelievable run, 24-0, you know, and ran it back with a couple dudes. So like, yeah, I love 1 and 2. He's not my favorite fighter, but I ain't gonna lie to you, and Shakur might have to be
Bam?
He might be ahead of Bam. He might be ahead of Bam.
I think he's just now really starting to hit it. I felt that.
He's hitting the stride. That. He's hitting the stride though. And you know,
and I looked at when I made this, I looked at other ones. And because I was going to do the same thing. But there was a consensus that Bam was ahead of Shakur on every Ring magazine, every other pound for pound list.
I still
had Bam ahead. But I'm not mad at it. That was the one where I was like, am I going to put Shakur at 3 or Bam? Because Bam getting jokers out of here too.
No question. Any belt collecting, any on a run. He belt collecting.
He's trying to be undisputed, ain't he?
Yeah. So by all means, but like I said, I'm just saying preference, but I'm not disqualifying your your decision. Bam is on a run. You know, I probably, just coming off that last performance, that was really damn dominant. I can't hate on that. That was a damn dominant fight.
Shakur one of the ones. After this fight, he is one of the ones. What everybody was talking about, I've seen it. I'm a fan. I'm there. Yeah. I'm here now.
But all in all, though, and if my only qualm is between who's 3 and 4, those things is interchangeable, bro. This is a perfect list. Perfect list for a top 5. I know some of our watchers would probably say, "Hey, where's Haney at? Where's some other guys at?"
I got a list. Like I had like Haney at 9. He's still in the top 10. Had Haney at 9. I think I still had. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna probably up it to 10. I just did 5 for the sake. but Haney was in the top 10. I had Bivol still in the top 10. I don't have Better Beef in my top 10, but a lot of people do. Me personally, I don't. But
I say you had to show me, if it's recent performance, that doesn't just squarely put you on my top 10. If that's because you can't make a case for Better Beef and not make a case for Bivol. And I think
some
both
people
of those
got Bivol as high as number 4 on their pound for pound. His only L is to Canelo. And he got everybody else up out of here. And he kind of shut down Better Beef in that first fight. Second fight was crazy.
I say Bivol beat Canelo.
No. Bivol beat Canelo. He lost to Better Beef, right? And then he kind of came back and boxed him that second fight and
beat him.
Put that work on him.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I think they both kind of keep each other relevant, and that's not no slight because their resumes behind that ain't no slouch. But again, you can't take one without the other. So, as long as they still claiming active, Bivol's nursing back an injury. Better Beef is getting up there in age. We don't know when his next major fight will be. But while they still maintain their active classification, they will kind of keep each other in that top 10 pound for pound. But I'm all about making way for the new blood. So at some point, especially if I'm taking this over, who's gonna be in that top 10 at some point. you already know. But I'll let our viewers wait for that. This is a damn good iteration, bro. I like this.
Yeah, so that's our top 10 boxing things, man. A lot of things going on this weekend. Like I said, you got the Winter Olympics happening for those who like Olympic sports. I'm a pretty good fan. I kind of like the bobsled team. Always root for the Jamaican bobsled team because of Cool Runnings, the ones that know. You know what I'm saying?
Get rhythm. Get right. Jump on now. It's bobsled time.
So yeah, then you got of course you got the Super Bowl this weekend. Like I said, the Super Bowl this weekend just feels like either it's going to be a surprising close game or a blowout. And I'm hyped to see Bad Bunny. See how everybody reacts to that. I got some Bad Bunny bangers that I like, but I don't know, man. The Super Bowl feel like it might. Let's have a good time at the party, yo. Let's have a good time at the party. I don't think it's gonna be an interesting game.
Man, stop lying to these people. Man, scratch all that with Ed talk about, hey, be around some loved ones and gather around your TV because guess what? We get a trailer release for Avengers Doomsday. Everybody that know the culture, support the culture, and love the culture. MCU, we back. We bike, huh? Robert Downey is now Dr. Doom. It's lit, huh? J. Cole dropping on Friday.
J. Cole is dropping. Probably drop right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah,
probably about while I'm editing this up to put on the audio file. I'm probably about to listen to J. Cole.
You know what I'm saying? Celebrate how you know how. So, man, ain't nobody worried about this daggone Super Bowl. I'm just playing. It's the last real football we're going to get for a few months. So, we're going to enjoy it the best way we can. And then, Lord knows what exists beyond this weekend. we would do our best. But for right now, we'll just live in the present and enjoy the Super Bowl and whatever it has in store for us. So, God bless it, Drake May. You better find a damn Superman cape in your closet, my boy, because we gonna need something to watch. We gonna need something to watch this weekend, my boy. Make it happen.
Oh, facts, man. Facts. But you know what I'm saying? Like all good things, some things gotta come to the end. And just like for this episode. IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guy. My name is Anthony. My main man Kenny. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Have a fun Super Bowl weekend. Until next time. Holla.